Okay, so a time in my life when I heard God speak through a modern day person. So, January 6, 2016, the beginning of this year, there was a prophetic, there was a spiritual cleansing conference at our church. It's this lady, I think she's from South Carolina, who comes and does this spiritual cleansing conference every year. Now, if you guys have never seen a spiritual cleansing conference, this is basically like a deliverance service. So, um, she's casting out demons for like 2.5 hours. It's pretty powerful stuff. Um, but if you guys have never seen anything like that, it's really interesting. But um, after she got done with that portion of the service, she basically, said if there's anybody who wants to hear. Now, this woman was an apostle, so she said that if there's anybody who wants to hear a word from the Lord, come up. So there's a long line of people, long line of people. So I want to hear a word, but I also don't want to wait. And I'm a minister at the church, so I also don't want to jump in front of everybody. So I say, you know what? I'm just not going to. The line's too long. I'm not going to do it. So I wait maybe like 45 minutes till the line starts to shrink. And I say, you know what? I'm going to hop in there. So I wait for another 20 minutes in line. And then she finally gets to me, and I recorded it like Dr. White did in his video. And the things she said to me were so powerful. For number one, she said that, the Lord has given me a spirit of influence, and that He wants me to use it wisely. Number two, she told me that um, young people are really going to be attracted to me. I mean, they're like I'm going to be working with young people a lot. They're going to be attracted to my lifestyle. I'm going to be able to help and assist them. And number three, she told me that there's witty inventions inside of me. Now, this one was really interesting because this is not the first time a prophet has said that to me. Um, a prophet probably, 13, 14 months earlier told me that there's well, I got it mixed up. She told me that there's a business inside of me, but the prophet 13 to 14 months ago told me that there's witty inventions inside of me. So I kind of couple those two things to say that there's something that God wants to birth out of me. I just don't know quite what it is yet. So those two experiences right there, but more so the one I experienced with the apostle on January the 6th was a mighty, mighty, mighty prophetic experience. Probably one of the most, you know, I guess lucrative, prophetic experience I've ever heard, in my life, because I've been introduced to prophets. My mother's a prophet, she operates in that spiritual gifting. But when she said that to me, when she really came through and said that, you have these witty inventions, you have the spirit of influence, and kids will be attracted to your lifestyle. I mean, this is something that really resonated inside of me. And, I come back and listen to that word sometimes just to get that assurance that God is doing something bigger in my life than I can ever imagine. Even sometimes when I get down, I sit and listen to that word and remember that, hey, this is what God said. This is what God said He was going to do for you in 2016. So I'll go all the way up to December 31st, 2000 December 31st of this year, and be able to rely on that word because of what that prophet said. And that's me taking a hold and taking ownership of the word that was given to me. So I love the prophetic. I completely believe in the prophetic. And I think that each of you should, if you haven't had that experience, that you should, just kind of, sit back and ask the Lord to really let somebody speak into your life so you can have something to take away from the situation.